We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with a bit of breaking news regarding the Viper and one half of the current Raw Tag Team Champions, Randy Orton. Now it goes without saying that Randy Orton is currently one of the highlights each week on Monday Night Raw, with his tag team partner Riddle, and the Team RK-Bro is one of the main things of Raw that fans look forward to these days. However, it has increasingly become clear that a bit of tension is starting to rise between Riddle and Randy Orton, and it won't be that long before one of the stars turns on the other, with one report revealing that it will actually be Riddle who eventually turns heel on Randy Orton, thus beginning a major feud for WrestleMania 38. But with the shocking new rumors going around, we may be getting close to the beginning of the end of Randy Orton's career in WWE as an active full-time superstar, and this upcoming RK-Bro breakup and subsequent feud between Randy Orton and Riddle may be Randy's last feud in WWE as a full-time superstar. According to a new behind-the-scenes rumor, Randy Orton is sadly planning to retire from WWE as a full-time superstar next year in 2022, likely following WrestleMania 38. With one report revealing that Randy Orton feels he needs to really start toning things down a lot as he gets older, and is simply worn out from the WWE full-time schedule that he's had for so many years. One of our sources has mentioned that a very likely scenario will see Riddle actually win the feud against Randy Orton, with a culmination of the feud occurring in a big match at WrestleMania 38 that Riddle wins. And apparently fans won't be seeing Randy Orton again in WWE for quite some time after WrestleMania next year, which means that Orton would be in a temporary retirement. But when Randy Orton would eventually return later in the year, he would be coming back officially on a part-time special appearance basis, with it reportedly likely that Randy Orton would be appearing on a similar basis to other part-timers like Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, and John Cena. Now this really should not come as that much of a shock that Randy Orton is planning to retire from full-time competition in WWE soon, because Randy has stated in many recent interviews that he wants to have a more special appearance or part-time contract at this stage of his career. And Randy Orton's current deal already sees Orton showing up to television less often than previous years, although it is going to be a lot more apparent next year following WrestleMania 38 that Randy Orton is no longer a full-time talent for the WWE. We have been told that Randy Orton feels he has given a lot to the wrestling business over much of the past 2 decades, and Randy is at a point where he feels that in order to protect his health and well-being as he ages, he needs to take things easier when it comes to wrestling and WWE. And considering Randy Orton is truly set for life financially after a successful WWE career, Randy really does not even have to be wrestling anymore, but he still likes giving back to the business as long as he feels he can, without damaging his health too much. And the special appearance part-time schedule will definitely help matters for Orton preserving his well-being as he gets older. Now, in all honesty, Randy Orton is not even that old at 41 years of age, but he has been a full-time talent for WWE for so many years back-to-back, and it is beginning to wear on Orton more than it does for other talent who could be a similar age compared to Randy Orton, but they have not been on that WWE grind for as long as the Viper. With all this being said, let us know your thoughts on the new rumors and reports regarding Randy Orton's sad retirement from full-time active competition in WWE following WrestleMania next year. And do you feel like Randy is making the right choice to tone things down and only wrestle every so often for big pay-per-views? Or do you think that Randy Orton should reconsider this decision and that he could have at least a couple more years performing for WWE full-time and regularly? Sound off in the comment section below. Now, as we continue to get closer to the Survivor Series 2021 pay-per-view event this weekend, there are not surprisingly a bunch of wild rumors going around right now regarding some special moments or surprises that could end up happening on the pay-per-view. And as some of you are likely aware, one of the big rumors and speculation is that The Rock could be making a special appearance at the pay-per-view to confront the Tribal Chief and Universal Champion Roman Reigns. However, The Rock did recently basically dismiss the rumors about WWE return soon, but perhaps The Rock was simply saying this to make his return at Survivor Series 2021 a bigger moment for fans. But again, this is all speculation right now, and the chances of The Rock actually showing up at Survivor Series seem very slim at this point, with Roman Reigns even responding to these Rock return rumors recently at the pay-per-view by saying that he has not heard anything about these rumors, and this does certainly add doubt about The Rock actually making a special Survivor Series appearance this Sunday night. But who knows, anything can happen in WWE. While WWE and AEW All Elite Wrestling are competing against each other and the rivalry is just beginning to heat up, not everyone in WWE are against AEW in any sense. And if you hadn't known, current WWE champion Big E recently talked about the idea of AEW and WWE working together in the future, with Big E claiming that this idea is incredible and would be very interesting to see WWE and AEW come together and work with each other. Although Big E made sure to mention that this is extremely unlikely to happen and that it does not seem that feasible at this point. Not surprisingly, Big E's comments garnered quite a reaction from wrestling fans on social media, with some agreeing with Big E that a WWE and AEW collaboration would be awesome, whereas other fans claimed that Big E was completely wrong with this take, and that it would be a terrible idea for WWE and AEW to work together at any point in the future. And let us know your thoughts on Big E's recent comments that AEW and WWE working together would be incredible and very interesting. We now have some tragic news regarding the immortal Hulk Hogan, and it's clear that Hulk is not doing that well health-wise these days, unfortunately. As some of you are likely aware, there have been quite a few rumors going around so far this year in 2021 that Hulk Hogan was having some health-related issues, with Hogan apparently having issues moving around due to all the back surgeries he's had over the past few years. Not to mention the many other countless surgeries Hulk Hogan has had, including knee replacements, etc. And the tragic news that Hulk Hogan is not doing so well recently was confirmed by none other than WWE legend and Hall of Famer Ric Flair, who spoke about Hulk Hogan on his podcast recently. And here's Ric Flair's unfortunate message regarding Hogan. He's having some really bad health issues, but he keeps up with me. We support each other, good and bad. There's no word on exactly the kind of health issues that Hulk Hogan is currently dealing with, but judging by Ric Flair's response, clearly things sadly are not going that well for Hogan these days. But many fans on social media made sure to show their support for Hulk Hogan and wishing that he recovers from whatever he is dealing with right now. Now we want to finish off this video by getting your opinions on the upcoming Survivor Series 2021 pay-per-view event this weekend. As most of you are likely aware, Survivor Series is usually one of the biggest and most hyped up pay-per-views for WWE each year, and is one of the big 4 pay-per-view events. But so far this year, a lot of fans have complained that the build to Survivor Series has been extremely lackluster and underwhelming, and that heading into the pay-per-view this year, it just isn't as exciting as it should be. And let us know if you guys are excited for Survivor Series 2021, or do you share the same sentiment that the pay-per-view just is not all that exciting at this point with the way things have been booked? Let us know.